Welcome to Math with Mrs. Cox. We're on Chapter 4, Lesson 3, Homework. We're on page 267. All right, we are dividing by a two-digit divisor. You will probably need some graph paper because they simply did not give you enough room on these pages to get all your work straight. Divide, check for reasonableness. So the first thing we need to do is bracket it up. We have 23 into 874. Very good. Okay, so look at 23. Will 23 go into 8? Nope. Will 23 go into 87? Yes. Now think about quarters. 23 is really close to 25, and I know there's at least 3 quarters they'll make 75, 4 quarters will make 100. So I'm going to guesstimate that this is going to go into this about 3 times. I'm going to do some work over here. 23 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 2 is 6. Very good. But if I add another 23, 9, 10, 11, 12, 6, 7, 8, 9, 92, that would be way too much. So definitely there's only going to be 3 23s in that 87. And the answer is going to be 69. Now, I cannot take 9 from 7, so I have to cash this in, turn it into a 17. Now I can take 9 from 17, which will be 8 left over. 7 minus 6 is 1. Bring down the 4. Now I have to figure out how many times 23 will go into 184. I already know that 23 3 times is this number and 23 4 times is funny. So I can guesstimate that if this was a quarter, I could count by 25. So there'd be at least 4 because there's 100. Maybe 7. So I'm going to do a guesstimate of 23 times 7. 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 2 is 14, 15, 16. Ooh, I'm going to add another 23 just to see if I can get any closer. Oh, 184, that would be perfect. So that was my answer for 7 times 23, but I had to add another one. So I'm going to put up here 8 times 23 because it makes it right on the money. So my answer is 38. They want you to check for reasonableness. A couple of things you could do is you could just multiply it out or estimate it. It's up to you. If I were to estimate it, I would say 20 into about 880 because that would play a lot nicer than 874. Cross off the zeros. 2 will go into 8 at least 40, 88, 44 times. So that's pretty close. Whoops. Okay, next one, number 2. See what I mean by you needed a lot of room? All right, let's bracket it up. We have 80. No, we don't. Take 2. 96 will go into 988. 96 will not go into 9, but 96 will go into 98, and that's really close, and I can do that in my head. I know it's at least one time. 98 minus 96 is 2. Bring down that 8. Oh, look at this. 96 will not go into 28, and I've already brought my number down, so then I need to do a 0 in the quotient, which means I put a 0 in the answer. 0 times 96. That's wrong. 0 times 96 is 0. Bring down the 28, and that's just going to be my remainder. In a few chapters, we'll learn about decimals, but right now, that's what our answer is going to be. Number 3. $58 into 940. 58 will not go into 9, but 58 will go into 94 at least one time, because I know if it was twice, that would be like 116, and that's way too much. So only one time would be 58. Now this is where this book's trying to trick you, because they want to hang you up on this subtraction. You cannot take 8 from 4, so you need to make sure you cash that in, turn it into an 8, turn this into a 14. Now, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There are 6 numbers between 8 and 14. Now, 8 minus 5 is 3. Bring down, that's 0. This is where you can do a estimate. 58 is really close to 60, and 360 is kind of a fact family, because look, you can cross out the zeros. 6 will go into 36 6 times. So I'm going to do a guess and check and do 58 times 6. 6 times 8 is 48. 6 times 5 is 30, plus 4 is 34. So we know that it goes in at least 6 times. 6 times 58 is 348. Again, the subtraction. We've got to make sure to cash that in, turn it into a 5, turn that into a 10. 10 minus 8 is 2, 5 minus 4 is 1, and there's nothing else to bring down, so that will be our remainder. Whew, lots of work. Number 4. They're just trying to throw you off by throwing the word algebra in there. Right here you can see it's just another division problem, and we've got this. So this is where you're definitely going to need graph paper, because there is not enough room on your pages to do this. We have 73 into 803. 73 will not go into 8, but 73 will go into 80 at least one time. Again, with the adding, this chapter is really crazy on making sure you add and subtract properly. 10 minus 3 is 7. 7 minus 7 is 0. Bring down the 3. 73 going to 73. Oh, yay, I love it when that happens. Perfectly even. Yay, so our answer, M, will equal 11. Algebra, find the variable in the equation. Again, same story, don't let it throw you off your game. This whole chapter's been about dividing, so that's just another project we're doing right now, is dividing. 76 will not go into 9, but 76 will go into 98 at least one time. 1 times 76 is 76. Yay, 8 minus 6. I don't have to do any crazy cashing in or anything. It's going to be 2. 9 minus 7 is 2. Bring down the 8. 76. 76 is really close to 80. And that's really close to 80 is really close to 240. Because then I know that'll go into it 3 times. So I'm going to do a guess and check. I'm going to do 76 times 3, and hopefully that doesn't go over. 21, 22. Yes, that's right on the money. 228. So our answer is 13. Make sure that I see not a scribble mark like that. Make sure that I see this work, okay, folks? Okay, let's start over again. Members of the Blade Runner Skating Club collected $950 from fundraising activities. They wanted to buy Ultra Blade skates, which are $48 a pair. How many pairs of skates can they buy, and what does the remainder represent? So we have 950 and 48. So 48 and 950. Okay, 48 will not go into 9, but 48 will go into 95 at least one time. 1 times 48 is 48. We have to borrow from over here, turn that into a 15. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There are 7 numbers between 8 and 15. 8 minus 4 is 4. Bring down the 0. Okay, now 48 needs to go into 470. This is where estimating is your friend. 48 is close to 50, and then 470 is close to 500. So this number should go in about 10 times. Okay, I'm going to erase that because I simply just do not have the room to leave it. I'm going to try a guess and check, and I'm going to do 48 times 9. 9 times 8 is 72. 9 times 4 is 36. 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. 43. Okay, yeah, I don't know if I can fit another one in there. I can hurry and add 48 real quick to see. 8, 9, 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 4. Yep, 480 is 10 too many, so I definitely cannot add 10 of those in. I can only add 9. So 9 times 48 is 432. Again, with the subtraction, you have to make sure you cannot take 2 from 0, so you need to come over here and cash that in, turn that into a 6, turn that into a 10. Now you can take 2 from 10, which would be 8. 6 minus 3 is 3, and our remainder is 38. Now we need to interpret this remainder, or write it neater to begin with. So let's try this out. We are going to have, we can buy 19 skates, and the $38, oh, the 38 is going to be a dollar sign will be how much is left over. So $38. I do a little dollar sign right here. Is how much money is left over. Okay, number 7. A theater has a total of 990 total seats. There are R rows of seats in the theater. If each row has 45 seats, how many rows of seats are in the theater? Write a division equation with the unknown and then show the steps used to solve. Okay, so they just want to see that you can put this in a algebra question, and then we need to bracket it up and solve it. So we're going to write 990, because that's our number right here. And we're going to put divided by R, because that's how many rows we need to. And the answer is going to be 45, which is that answer right there. Now we need to figure out what R is. And what we can do is, since we know the answer, and we have a division problem right here, we can just switch these two out to find out what this other variable will be. So we can do 990 divided by 45. Okay, 45. Man, I am struggling today. 45 will not go into 9, but 45 will go into 99 at least twice. Now let's do my little guess and check. 45 times 2, 8, 9 is 90. So 90 is going to be my answer right here. Bring down, I'll have 9 left over. Bring down the answer. Oh, yay, I know the answer to this. 45 will go into 90 twice. 2 times 45 is 90. Oh, I wish all the division problems worked out that nicely. So our answer is going to be 22 rows. So we need to write another problem. 990 divided by 45 equals 22 rows. And right here we need to say R equals 22. That way we have solved all of the requirements. Okay, number 8. A group of friends equally split the dinner bill shown. If each person paid $16, how much did they pay? Okay, how many friends paid? So right here is a bill, and it's really fuzzy on my end. So first of all, we need to add this all together and divide it by $16. So let's just add it together. On this right here, it'd be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I have that to be 24. Hopefully I'm not too far off. 8 plus 2 is 10, 11, 12, plus 5 would be 17, plus another 5 would be 20, plus another 5 would be 2, 22. Or another 2 would be 22. 240. So let's go ahead and do 16 into 224. 16 will not go into 2, but it will go into 22 one time. 1 times 16 is 16. Borrow from this one, 12. I have 6 left over. Bring down the 4. 16 will go into 24. 16 is close to 20. 64 is close to 60. 20 will go into 64 at least 3 times. So over here I'm going to do a guess and check. 16 times 3. 18, 3, 48. Can I do it another 16, 14, 4, 5, 6, 64. Oh, so there's going to be, it can go into at least 4 times. 4 times that would be 64. So $14 a piece. Nope, my bad. 14 friends. Kind of tricky. 14 friends. Okay, number 9. Hopefully your page looks as messy as mine. Holy moly. Emily loves to read. She reads 527 hours in 31 weeks. If she reads an equal number of hours each week, how many did she read? 31 into 527. Again, 31 will not go into 5, but 31 will go into 52 at least one time. There will be 1 left over and 2 left over. Bring down the 2. 31 is really close to 30, and 217 is really close to 210, and I know I can do a 0 cancellation, and that'll go into it 7 times. So I'm going to do a guess and check that 31 times 7 would be 721. Oh, right on the money, yes. Would be 217. 0. Do you see that number there? Yep, 17 hours. Whew, that was a terrible chapter. Good job hanging in there, guys. You guys are amazing. Go ahead and tear this out and hand it in.